Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, or probably the first video I think about on this channel. Today, I bought this PS3 off of eBay for 17 bucks, believe it or not. And it allegedly has red light of death, and for 17 bucks, if I can get this thing working, that's a very good deal. So, throughout this video, may make a little series on this. See if I can get it working. So, to start off, I'm recording this on my phone, so that's fun. This is a CEH-G01. So this sadly is not one of the backwards compatible ones, but obviously it still failed because, well, that's just how these fat PS3s are. Start off, I'm gonna tear it down, take out the hard drive under this little cover here, set this on my desk, and yes, I know I have PS2 over there that's just in pieces. And if you haven't already took your warranty sticker off, you'll need to take it off. But this little black pad right here, you peel the lid off, and it reveals a screw. If I can ever get it off, jeez. Look, I have this tool over here for a reason. This would probably help. Jeez. How many times am I going to fail with this? Other hand. I promise this comes up. I'll come back to recording when I get it off. Alright guys, now that I finally got that stupid grommet out, that there screw is a T10 security bit. That needs to come out. And then there's a Phillips head here to pull your hard drive out. So, let's find a T10. I believe that's a T10. Stick that on my driver. Sorry guys, I'm recording this all off of an iPhone. So, that's why it's all shaky. And probably not the best of footage. But basically you want to unscrew this screw and unscrew this black screw. I'll be right back. Alright guys, now that you got that blue screw out and that Torx head out, this little lever here, bring it out this way and pull it to the right, and then there's your hard drive. And this one is a 40 gigabyte hard drive. Hopefully this drive works. Surprisingly ain't that dusty. Surprisingly. When I first got this console, I found a Blu-ray disc and a DVD drive. What I did was, what I did to get it out was, I turned off the switch in the back, and then held the DVD drive button, then turn the switch on the back on, and that makes us do a fan test. And by doing that, I was able to eject the disc out of the DVD drive. Quick tip if any of y'all have that issue with your PlayStation 3s. So now, this top cover slides over this way. No wonder I was having issues. I was going the wrong way. Pretty clean for a, what is this, like, however old system this is. I'm having a brain fart right now. But then now, there's just a bunch of Phillips head screws. And ain't this tiny bit that I was using earlier for that blue screw. Probably want like a Phillips 1 or Phillips 2 for these. So, as I put my bit on, unscrew these. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. If I ain't mistaken. which knowing me, I probably am. But I'm pretty sure these are the only 7. But they're nice long screws too, because they go through the whole chassis of this PlayStation. So screw them a little bit and then lift them the rest of the way out. And I've already tested this, and it does have red light of death. So as I continue to struggle, because I'm just a dummy. Hopefully you have like a magnetic bit. If not, that can make this a little bit of a pain. Then keep in mind, I'm also a little bit not unsmart. So I'll cut back when I finish unscrewing. Okay, guys, I'm back now. And once you got them unscrewed, there's this little clip that you need to push back. And then the chassis comes up. And a few little dust bunnies here and there, but surprisingly not bad. Don't worry about this, it's all connected through contacts right here. So for now, don't need this piece right now. Won't worry about the rest of this. Let's see, where can I set this to where I ain't tearing up? That'll work right there for now. But I want to go ahead and disconnect your DVD drive. Make sure you pull from the white tab or slightly above it, not the connector on the board. You will rip that connector off and ruin your PlayStation. Disconnect this ribbon cable. Be very gentle with these cables. They're very easy to break. I am surprised how clean this is, considering the fact I only bought this thing for 17 bucks. And I see a loose cable. And the DVD drive is loose. So yeah, lift up the DVD drive here and disconnect that ribbon cable. And I'm going to do this off camera because I am about to drop this DVD drive. Alright, now with that DVD drive out, just set it aside. And yes, I know I have PS2 ports over there. Power supply for that. I gotta put that back together later on. And this way you can get your first look of the NEC tokens and the clamps for the CPU and or GPU. Now your power supply is screwed down. What looks like 5 points. You have one screw here, one screw here, 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 and here. So altogether 5 Phillips head screws. And depending on which revision of PS3 you have, some of these power supplies do run hotter and or cooler than other ones. So take that into consideration if you're trying to build like I guess you could say like an ultimate PlayStation or something. But I think that's probably part of the reason why like the real early ones failed, because they ran quite hot. I'm pretty sure with this revision has one of the cooler running power supplies, but could always be wrong too. But I'm pretty sure this is one of the cooler running power supplies. I'm going to move these cables around and unplug this last cable from Z power supply. So that makes it a little bit easier to get to this screw. And get that out. Power supply should just lift up. And do so gently. Yeah, and I almost forgot about this. On the side of this, peel this little bit of tape back. And release this cable. And also the same cable, pop it off on this end of the board. And of course, do so gently. I'm going to peel this tape back, get this cable off, and then I'll be right back. Alright, now that I got that cable disconnected, I do have the power supply out. We'll check the model of this later and see if this is one of the more, what's what I'm looking for? One of the more cooler running PSU units for this. There's where that power supply plugs into the board from the bottom. From here, I would recommend going ahead and disconnecting this little board and this little ground cable. Since the power supply is already off the system, there shouldn't be no power to the motherboard. But still, of course, be gentle. Sometimes capacitors can still hold a charge, even with the PSU disconnected. And safety recommendation, do not open a power supply. And like, I can understand if you want to clean it, but if you do decide to clean it, be very, very, very careful. I can't stress that enough. If you touch something wrong inside of these, it could kill you. Not to try and scare anybody, but for safety reasons. No. Actually, I was going to unscrew this. If it ain't obvious, I'm a little tired. That, and I have a lot of brain issues sometimes. That ground's disconnected. That's to your power switch on the back. Let's keep that flipped off. But that's just a ground point for the system. Pull this board off. Sorry for the trash angles. And then it should just lift right off. And I believe this is the internet card, but I may be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm sure you all will. Now from here, of course, we have the tensioning brackets for the cooling system, or the cooling solution, whatever you want to call it. But right now we have a few more screws connecting this down to the chassis. All these screws on top of this plate, I'm gonna go ahead and remove. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these cooling brackets. It's all just Phillips heads, and I'll get right back to recording. See you in a sec. Alright guys, now this just slips from the back and out. And there's the bottom case. Surprisingly, ain't too dirty. I'm impressed. I'm gonna stop recording again and move this before I drop my PlayStation. Alright guys, we're back. Now, what you want to do is get this little black cover off. Now, it's loose on this side, but there's little tiny clips right here that you squeeze, probably with like a pair of tweezers or something, and then it comes back. I wish I had a tripod to record. I'm gonna try this without. Dang. But you want to squeeze these together and push back, and then do the same on this clip and push back, and there's the back panel off. And in case you guys are wondering, I have not watched no tutorials on this, surprisingly. It's honestly just pretty simple. I appreciate how Sony has designed this, so it is fairly easy to repair. A lot easier than taking apart a 360, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and disconnect our fan. And with that disconnected, oh my goodness, brain. Looking at this, because I'm not remembering how to take these apart, which is honestly kind of bad. I know you need to go ahead and take the fan out for cleaning purposes. And there's little clips here, and then there's screws, Phillips heads. Once again, go ahead and do this. It don't help that I have PlayStation 3 screws and PlayStation 2 screws about, but the PlayStation 2 stuff's all under the top cover for this thing. I know this fan is good and it ain't loud. There's your fan. Not too dirty. So, place this somewhere else. And I'm going to set it over there. And from here, gotta get this plate off. And I've already took out all the screws on this side, just in case you don't believe me. And this plate should just lift right off. It's already lifting on that corner, and it's lifting on this side. Yeah, of course, putting that back, that would probably help. And be careful not to put that plates off and out of our way. And I believe the board is supposed to come out the same way. So, yeah. Ooh. Looking at this now, it looks like there's been a little solder job here before. There's some non-cleaned up flux. At least I believe that's flux. Or is that may be what's causing the issues. I don't know if you can see it on camera real well. That looks like it's blown. Whatever that is right there. And it's leaked onto the board. Ooh. Looks like there's a few things. Ooh. Yeah, and I don't think that this has been taken apart. I think this was used as a Blu-ray player, because that disc I found in this was just a Blu-ray disc. I'm pretty sure y'all can see that. That's concerning. That up there looks like corrosion. A bit of rust. Like a cracked solder joint there. That is concerning. But here's 4 of the NEC tokens. So supposedly, sometimes replacing these will fix the system temporarily. But usually it don't last long. So if I don't have to, I ain't going to touch these NEC tokens. That is concerning. If I don't know how good of a... if my camera will focus. Yeah. That right there is our issue. I have a strange feeling. Because it definitely looks melted. Well, just looking at the rest of this board, I don't see much else. So, I'm gonna get this separated. This should just come right off, same way that plate over there did. So I'm gonna get that done real quick, and I will be right back. That is very good. Okay, guys, got this out. The best way, in my opinion, to do this is just to slowly, very slowly pry it up on one side, then move to the other side until it slowly pops up. This thermal paste is definitely crusty. I can almost guarantee you that clock battery is going to get replaced. There's Rust NEC tokens, and here's our GPU and CPU. I have to scrape off that thermal crud to see what exactly it is, but which one's exactly which, but it's definitely a little bit on the crustier side. Not that bad though. I've seen way worse. But from here on this plate, gonna wanna take the screws out. One, so you can take out the hard drive caddy, and also so you can do a deep clean of the heat sinks on this when you do decide to take your PlayStation apart, or if you do. I would highly recommend deep cleaning it. I would highly recommend deep cleaning any console after a few years, honestly. Whether it's an Xbox One, OG Xbox, but especially these older systems. Because these, at this age, I mean, this thing's, what, 15, 16 years old? And the 360's, what, 17? I think. That's my problem, I thought. But, that is definitely an issue. That will definitely be an issue with dust. This one, surprisingly, isn't clean. That's what makes me think it was used as a DVD player most of its life, and rather than a gaming console. Because, I mean, there ain't that much dust. But once again, when I got this, it had not been taken apart before. This is the first time, at least since it came from the factory, that this panel has been away from those chips. Now, looking at this, it is not that bad, honestly. But still, we'll probably want to clean it. I'm going to clean this off camera. But I don't think it's that bad. You can judge for yourselves. But I'm going to clean this off camera. Honestly, you can probably just take some compressed air, some canned air or something, and be fine. So, well, that's the end of the teardown video. And next time we'll be trying to fix this yellow light of death issue. I have a strange feeling that right there is our reason why. And potentially that up there. But who knows? We'll see. But until next time, that's it for this PlayStation. Enjoy the rest of your day.